In Genesis 16, we see the beginning of this narrative with Sarai, Abram's wife, and Abram himself in their belief or trust or distrust in what God says and in God's word. And in chapter 16, verses 1 and 2, it says, "Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had not been able to bear children for him, but she had an Egyptian servant named Hagar. So Sarai said to Abram, 'The Lord has prevented me from having children. Go and sleep with my servant. Perhaps I can have children through her.' And Abram agreed with Sarai's proposal." Now, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and there's some Old Testament stuff, and like sleeping with multiple people and having servants and whatever else. And that's not the point of what this video is, but there's this moment where God in chapter 12 has already spoken to Abram, and by default to Sarai because they're married, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna make you into a great nation. I'm going to bless generations through you." But he didn't have any kids, right? There's no offspring at this point. And so Sarai, recognizing that God desires to do something through them, decides to take things into her own hands. And she's like, "Hey, I don't have a kid, but I have something that I can offer in Hagar. And so let's manufacture what God has already promised to provide for us." And I was thinking as I was reading this, like, man, where in my own life has God said something to be true, whether specifically to me or just in general about his desire for relationship with us or what life looks like, and I have tried to take things into my own hands and manufacture an outcome based on something that God has said, rather than just trusting he is who he says that he is, and he will accomplish the thing that he set forth to accomplish. What is it in your life that you have been manufacturing in your own strength, trying to work around or figure out how to make something happen rather than trusting God in the process? Take some time today to think about that. Make today count.